Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry, and I have a lesson for you. It's a free lesson I think you're going to really love. It's about sunflowers, but the thing that I thought would make it just special is honeybees and honeycombs. And you know what? I grew up out in the woods in the farm, and we had lots of bees, and I worked at a bee house, a honey house. We used to go for church and work at this honey house and do a lot of work with the bees. And so it was kind of brought back memories to me. But I also love these clipboards. So I want to show you one of these. It's really fun. See this? And it clips your projects on it. You can even lean it in your lap and clip on your canvas you're painting. But I painted the back of this because that's where I like to paint on it. Because if you're walking around, I go around and teach with this. And on the back of it, I'd have the pretty painting. So what we're going to do is look down here real quick. We're going to use this stencil. And what we have, what I've already base coated with is our Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint. And with the chalk, what we've done is I put a nice coat on it with my sponge and just one coat actually covers the whole thing, so it'll last you a long time if you pick out a color that you can use for multiple things. And I wanted a bright color because I'm going to put my sunflowers on it. And I cut the stencil. Stencil comes like this. And we have a special deal with these stencils right now, so I have this for you to check out. And let me show you how I do stencils. Okay, I'm going to put this on the corner is what I thought. And these sponges are dampened, but this is what we've got to do. We've got to take and put our colors, oops, I already put the colors right there. Paper towel. Now I'm excited to have classes with you guys, and I'm going to put them up every couple of weeks. And what we're hoping is that as you see these projects that you might like, that you'll go share them with people. We're going to try to grow this on YouTube so that we have more and more of you taking our classes. And the best part is they're free. All right, so now I'm going to come in here with the sponge, and I like to make little circles sometimes. No water in the sponge. Like, I dampened it first, but you're going to squeeze it really good on the paper towel, and we want to get all of this off there. Now see, when you can tap it, see what it's going to look like? And I'm going to put some dark brown on it, but first we're going to do this. Now what we can do, we can pull it up some. We're in my studio today, and we've got it pretty quiet, but it doesn't always stay quiet. Oops, I messed up. See, I came off the edge. So I'm going to take this sponge and take it off right then. See that? Now, if it's in there, it's really showing, take it off right then, okay? And that's the little trick, is that it sometimes does come in there. Okay, well, I wanted to be in the studio today instead of at my house because, you know what, there's lots here that we can pick from. And so Lori and I were busy grabbing different tools and stuff. Oh, I want to show this today, I want to show that. So we thought, since I don't have classes today, big busy day tomorrow, but we want to come in there. Now there, so isn't that fun? Now what happens is that I'm going to come over here and put another cluster of them, just kind of, they're going to be around where my sunflowers are going to be. This is the top of the board, so I have sunflower coming there, and I just laid this down. I'm doing all these mistakes just to show you. We're going to take those off. And I usually don't worry about it because I'm going to paint over it anyway. But I'm going to go ahead. What I do is when I move it to another location, you can take this and put it down a little bit. I have this at an angle so you can see it better. But I might just go ahead and put it up here at the top. And let's get some more of our... Oh, this is coffee latte, by the way. I love this color. I use it a lot. Especially like when we're painting glassware. Now I missed that. I moved that. I want to show you. You can tape this down. I just usually hold it. So we do coffee latte. And then I'm going to go put some dark brown on top of it. Okay. And as you can tell in our studio, sometimes the phone rings, sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to pick this up and we will see. There we go. All right. So what's going to happen now is, let's go back here. I'm going to wipe that off a little bit. And I can put some more later, but let's go right here. And now let's go pick up some dark brown. We're going to pick a little bit of dark brown. And I'm just going to get on the outside edge of a few of these. And this is just going to age it just a little bit. Now, you might want to lift it up a little bit and see. Doesn't that add to it? So just see how I'm just doing one edge of it. And just a little bit on here gives you a nice accent. You don't have to put it everywhere. Let's see how that, isn't that fun? All right, now let's do it on here. And I'm not worrying too much. I did make a few smears here, but I'm gonna have lots of paint going on with my sunflowers. So I'm gonna make this a little bit different than I did the ones below. The key is you might wanna put tape right there, because that's where I'm gonna touch the area that doesn't have a stencil. And what's really nice about the stencil, when you get it, you can see, like, that's all I'm gonna do. So it's just a little bit of shading here. But you can see that we can just put a few more in here by overlapping it like that. And look, we'll just put a couple places here. Watch this. This is where you don't want to do extra. There. Maybe one here, one here. Okay, see, just a little bit. And I'm going to put a little bit of brown. All right, now I'm not worried about it being messy a little bit there. Here's the boards that I'm telling you about. We have these for you too. And we can get you a deal on those. And then we're going to come and do the bee. I might do the bee a little bit later, but let me just decide where I'm going to put the bee. So we can put one here. And what I'm going to do with that, I didn't do the white. Let me grab white really quick. So we are going to come in here and put a little bit of white in the background, so you don't get the edge. Now you take scissors and cut these apart. And you can just do the wings if you want to. I think you're gonna like this. They're gonna be bright and pretty. Okay. I like to surprise you what the finished project's gonna look like as you go, because it's gonna be kind of fun. So I'm doing sunflowers all in here, and I might do a bee right down here. Now you can see through the wings, so it's okay to have a little bit of brown showing through. Okay, and there we go. Now, so that's not too hard. The way I do stencils, I do them really simple. This is going to be a top coat, which we're going to do later. All right, we want that to totally dry. But now I'm going to move it up here. Let's go up here. And let's put it right here. Now, I thought when this is all done, you're going to love the shades and the colors that we're going to use, and how this, I'm going to age this a little bit. In fact, let me get my sponge right here and show you. I like to get some of the browns, and I like to make circles here and age it a little bit. And when I age it, I just pick up the multi-surface paint is what we're using. We have this kit if you want to just pick up my paint kit, that helps. It's not the chalk paint color, but it's got, oops, it's got all the other colors and multi-surface I'm using in this little kit that you can get. All right. I don't want to touch my white. We could have done this before, but I decide at different times, I decided I'm going to add this in here. So when this is totally dry, you can age this all after everything's painted, and then come in there and age even your sunflowers. Okay, so we'll wait and do some of that other later. So you're getting the fill. Now what I want to do, I also didn't get the greens, so I'll have to get those in a few minutes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the center of the sunflower. I need, Lori, I need the light and dark green. Okay, it's nice to have a mystery helper. Okay, so up here, I'm going to do my sunflower first. The center. I'm going to do a big tall one up here. Now see, I'm going up and over. The brown and the black is separate. Now I'm going to come down and I'm going to bring the brown back over the black. So let me go get some more brown. Oops. Okay, now this should look, if you look really close, this looks like a chocolate donut with chocolate icing. Okay, now we're going to kind of mess that up a little bit because we're going to put the yellows over this. So I'm going to pick up the yellow and the yellow ochre at the same time. And we're going to push down and pull out. See, I'm grabbing that wet center. And if you move slower and your center dries, take your scruffy and repounce where it's dry along here, because we want to grab some of this and we want to pull that. See how that gives us a really rich color? Now you don't want to get too much because I don't want it too black. But I'm grabbing, push down, turn, and slide. So you grab it, push hard, turn, and slide out. Push, turn, and slide out. See how it's pulling the brown streaks? I'm going right there so you can't see, sorry. See how some places have black and some have brown? So what's going to happen is I'm going to go and repounce over this. Now we can repounce them all at the end, but I want you to see. There we go. All right, so I'm missing some of the brown. So if I come right in here, okay. Now I'm going to have a couple more sunflowers in here. So, and we have right here, I'm going to put just a little bud. So the brown's up. Okay, now look what happens here. We're going to come, push down, pull out. Oops, see how black that's getting? I like it better when it's brown, not so black. And I'm picking up yellow and gold. Now see when it's all gold like that? We're going to come in a little bit more. Now you guys have to let me know how you're liking the classes and what you're learning. And if there's things that you want to learn that I'm not showing, I can't wait to show you, so please let me know. Now I'm going to pull my stems down, so let's do that because that's going to help me. Lori's got me my paint here. I forgot I had to go all the way to the end of the video. So we need green too. All right. Now we take and dampen our flat brush first. I'll lay this over here. And we're going to grab the two colors. We split the brush in the double loader. This is a double loader. It's got press and seal on it. It's a kitchen wrap so that we can just peel it off and throw it away. Now your double loader, when it's brand new, is slick, so the press and seal won't stick to it. So you can just wash it in the sink with a scruffy, and then after you've used it 2 or 3 times, then the press and seal will work. Okay? Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this guy and pull him down. Get some more paint, flatten the brush, grab this guy. Now I'm up on the chisel edge of the brush. Now I do have an angle brush if you get my 13-piece set, and the angle brush makes this edge go away. So look up here real quick. When I'm trying to do a stem, I'm going to touch and lift the front and then drag. Okay, so if you have an angle brush, it's not there. So we don't want thick, we want thin. All right. So now what we're going to do is go back I pick up lots of paint on here. I'm going to put maybe another one in here, a big sunflower there, and maybe one hanging down here. Now, whatever color goes first, whatever follows is the color that you're going to see. So if you're on a dark surface, you don't want to lead with the dark color, because, yes, you want to lead with the dark color, because the light color is going first, the dark's going last. On a dark surface, it's not going to look good. But if you turn it around, see, that's the difference of what's going to happen. So I can take and do, whoops, a big slider leaf. This is with our 3/4 inch brush. All right, but I want to show you here, let's do the leaf. Now this leaf is going to be like a kite. Now I'm going to have to turn this because I want y'all to see it. So if you stay right there, and I turn it this way so I can get to it and you can see me too. Alright, I'm going to put the light green on the outside and the dark green on the middle. So we're going to slide up that line and go to the middle, loop, 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 and this should look like an upside down Christmas tree. See how cool that is? So I can turn it this way. Lots of people don't realize you can turn your piece. Of course you can. You just can't turn a wall if you want to paint on a wall. So if we're right here, we're going to loop, loop. See how I come back down to the middle? And I'm standing up on the chisel, which is what I usually tell you not to do. And see all that goop in the middle? You can come right here and clean it up. Okay, see how easy that is? So let's do another one here. So we're going to loop, 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 loop. And then we're going to take the stem right into it. Oh, look what starts happening. So isn't that fun? So we're looking like a Christmas tree. See that? So keep a nice shape. A lot of people make it real skinny. We don't want skinny Christmas trees. We want fat, plump ones. Okay. So if you look here, now when we do this leaf like I just showed you here, watch this. This is like a realistic looking sunflower leaf. What happens with it is it wiggles out and in, out and in, out. And it has a little bit more character. But I need a nice point. Okay? And then we're going to come across here and then go right into it. So isn't that a fancy one? I like that one. Alright, so I want you to see that no matter, like this one would look better if it was out here more. And I like that you can, if you have something you don't like, you can stroke right over it. Alright, and so let's do a few slider ones in here. Okay, those are going to slide in there underneath that big sunflower. And here's a little bud. Alright, and then our big sunflower is going to cover most of that. And then we're going to have one hanging here. So isn't that kind of fun? So I love doing leaves because leaves my way are really simple, and you're going to feel real special when you think, I painted that leaf. A lot of people think leaves are so tough and they go to my technique just for the leaves. Alright, so let's look at this guy. We're going to come around, do our donut. We're going to pick up our two colors. And if you get too much gold, see I got too much gold, you want to come back and put some bright yellow in there. And you can use schoolwash yellow. I did a more muted yellow here. Alright. See the little streaks? Now with most techniques, what you have to do is you put this brown, then you go back and shade black. And then what you're going to do with these petals is you do them all dark gold. And then you're going to come back with light yellow, shade in light yellow. Then you're going to come back with a script liner. And you're going to put lots of little teeny liner work in there. See all the little streaks in the color? You would have to use your liner to go in there and touch those up. And then all the splattering, all this little splattering comes later. And it's lots of added work. Now see how that one just looks like it's hanging? Now is this getting interesting to you? I think, oh, I'm looking for my scruffy. Here it is. Okay. Now, right here's our last one. Now I bet y'all didn't know this was going to be such a simple project. Okay? But look at all the dimension by adding the stencil. To me, the stencil really made this, because it just added extra character, and if you freehanded that, it'd be kind of hard. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, see, too much black. Oops. So this one you want to come in and put some more color in here. And it can be, the black can be underneath. And the little bumblebee is a big bumblebee. I like that they're so big. You know, all I've ever found are little simple ones that are really small. Well, look how fun these big bumblebees are. So it's going to make your piece. All right. And the thing I love about stencils is that you can use them and use them and use them. I put them in a sink, spray them with Windex. Ah, I'm picking up too much of the yellow. Okay, now lay them on paper towel and dry them off. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back in and put nice highlights on. Oh, I started a highlight. A highlight on our sunflower. Now, when you start these sunflowers, what you want to do is you're going to come in here, and we're going to come around like this, and we put a little C around. Well, our phone's busy today, sorry. Little bit on the highlight there, and a little bit highlight here. Okay, so I want it to stay. I got a few little hairs. I was going to tell you, when you first start the scruffy brush, you need to fluff your scruffy like a makeup brush, real fluffy. And then, see, we want to keep the black in there. We got lots of little hairs, and those come out at first. And the more you use the scruffy brush, the better it gets. When you wash the scruffy brush, you're going to pounce it up and down inside your basin. All right, and then you squeeze it. Okay. Now, what you have to be careful about doing now is we can come in if you put a few more little one-stroke leaves here and there. A little bit of curlicues. I'm going to put a little bit of curlicue, and we're going to do an inky brush for that. So I've taken water, roll my brush, and I can come in here. Now see, that doesn't show, so I've got to get lighter green. Alright, so let me get a little bit more water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little finger somewhere where it's not wet. Okay. And just do a few of these little guys. And then we can add the detail to our bumblebee. Alright. So now what I see in this bumblebee is that if we use a small scruffy, we use a small scruffy, and we lay this in here and try not to get it on the sunflower. Let me put it up here so you can see it better. Alright, so we're going to lay it right over here. Okay, so we want the wings. There we go. So what I have is there's a little bit of brown. So I'm going to like do his little legs brown. A little bit in here. Alright. We got little beeps going on. At home I've got my dog. Here we've got bells. Okay, then I'm going to come in with a little bit of black. The head's black. And it's got white highlights now, right? And the body's black. And the stripes are black. Okay, and then I might take my bigger brush or my sponge, and I'm just going to put a teeny bit of highlight over here on the wings. Just a little bit. And I guess we'll see our surprise, huh? Okay. So I'll tell you what I can do to this. Let's see if we like it all black. I like the wings being white. All right, let's put this one here. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the wings again with the tan. And the tan makes it a little bit aged like the rest of what we're doing. I'm going to try black, my bigger black brush, and do all of this black. And see what that looks like, and when you can decide which one you like best. Okay, there you go. Now, when this totally dries, I think I like that better. So it looks like the white's like accenting it. Now, when that totally dries, we can take floating medium and we can take and shade this so it looks like it's rounded. Okay, let me take a little bit of water, because you can see what I did. If you get those off right then you don't have, there you go. All right. Okay, now when I talked to you about using the sponge, this little thing is not working. We're going to age it along here. Age it along here. Isn't this a fun little project? I like that we're using different, like we use the stencil, we use our paint, texture on our brushes. And I would shade really better if I didn't have it still a little wet. But I am going to try to do some floating medium and a little bit of stroke. And I use the big brush. I'm going to put it all in there really good. And then look, I'm going to come right in here and get the brown. And this is called side loading. See how I'm coming in with the dark brown just on the edge? Now look what happens here. I'm going to take and come in here. It needs to be dry. See how I shade the body? Alright, and then we can come in here on the wing and just do a little bit of shading there. So see, this little bit on these edges gives you the shading to make it look a little bit more realistic. And there's two wings here. So I'm separating the wings. And then I'm bringing a little bit of that black up on the head. Okay, now I think that really accented it, but if you look at this one over here, because it has the black, and all we have to do is shade this. And this is the second wing. See, this is so much easier, and I did all black on that one. And then we have a front wing and a back wing. And then with the floating medium, let me get some more. Now, oh, see, that is way wet. Don't do that yet. But you saw after it dried, you can go right over it and not have a problem. We can also, don't you like it when I make mistakes too? Because then you go, Donna did it. So I like to try it. I mean, Lori and I try lots of things, and if it doesn't work, then we just cover it up another way. But she's over here laughing at me because she knows she would do the same thing. Okay. Now, where is it? Right here? See, look, if I came in here with the black. See, I think that we might like the black more. And then the black in here for his head. But what I like even though we're using stencils, I like to do my own thing to it, because the stencil to me is like, I don't have to trace a pattern. Now look how rich he's starting to look. And then you can even make it look more realistic by coming across here. Now I hope you like this, and we have lots of things for you to purchase and things to get. If you want to do more one stroke and have more one stroke product, go to onestroke.com. And if you'd like to become a teacher, we are here for you. Okay? So enjoy it. I want to see you next time. See you later. Did you know you could go to Dewberry U Art Center and attend an event, or even become certified or attend a class with me? And you can find all those dates and locations on onestroke.com. And if you'd like to purchase some products of the home decor chalk, I have them there for you and much more. So come check us out.